Well, hello, Wichita, and welcome to another edition of ICT Council Chat. I'm Councilmember Bryan Frye, representing District 5, which is Northwest Wichita. And today I'm joined by a new council member, Maggie Ballard. This is your first council chat, right?
Yes, it is.
And Maggie represents District 6, and so that's the Riverside area, kind of north central Wichita.
Yes.
You've been a lifelong resident there, right?
Yep. Born and raised, except for the time that I went to school in Lawrence. So spent a lot of time in the Riverside area and a little bit further north.
And so you're about a month into, a little bit less than a month, right?
I think today or maybe tomorrow is a month from swearing day. So
and
yes.
Enjoying drinking from the fire hose, like we say?
Yes. It's been very fast paced, but just absorbing as much information as I can along the way and learning a lot.
Yeah, and it's constant. You have to stay on top of it. You'll find quickly that the emails and phone calls can pile up on you if you let them get away. So
yes,
that's one bit of advice. Stay on those.
I appreciate that. Any tips, keep them coming.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
So this is your first council chat, and again, for our audience, we like to do these every week just to kind of give a heads up to what we're working on and what's coming up on the next council agenda, which is Tuesday. We always start off the council meetings with our standard issue stuff, where we do the review the board of bids, requests for proposals that are out on the street, petitions for public improvements. This is, again, something that we started a few years ago just to be more transparent and to let people know, the kind of things that we are working on, especially if there are opportunities for small businesses that want to bid on projects. So that's always at the beginning of the council meeting, and we get that out of the way. But you have a project in your district that's kind of exciting.
I do.
You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So I actually met with the developers of the project earlier this week to go over some of the details just to make sure that I'm understanding. But yes, it's ICT 21, which is the new development where the old refinery used to be at 21st and the highway. So yes, it looks like they've started their first 180,000 square foot warehouse, which it sounds like there will be multiple warehouses on, I believe most of those will be on the north side of 21st. So they're getting those kicked off. And I saw that I'm really excited they're going to be making the buildings out of concrete instead of just the metal buildings. So I think that's exciting and should be pretty appealing from the highway. So yeah, lots going on there and still lots more to be done.
Yeah, it's a project that's been in the works for some time, a vacant piece of land, like you mentioned, the old refinery site. So it's been an empty canvas for such a long time, and the project involves some spec warehouse program, potentially some other travel center or other mixed use facilities.
Yeah.
So a really dramatic change to that footprint, and part of that is a request for a TIF district as well as then the development agreement. Some infrastructure, and it's over a multi-year. It's not something that can be built overnight.
Exactly.
So, but this is the first step in that.
Yeah.
So, now that's a pretty exciting one. Another big project that continues to be on our agenda every week, it feels like, is the water treatment facility. That's currently under construction in District 6. It's right next to my district, so I've been involved with that for a long time, but that project's under construction right now. It's not supposed to be finished until 23, operational in 24, but a big piece of that is the administration building.
Right.
And as part of that, there is a public gathering space that can be used for community events, training, education, etc. And as the oversight committee was looking at the different plans and so forth, Councilmember Johnson is on that with me, as well as some other community members and staff. We noticed that there wasn't a family bathroom. Any new building you go into these days have family bathrooms or gender-neutral bathrooms, and this facility is being designed without one. And we said, going forward, you've got to have that in a public facility. If you don't have a family bathroom, we have it at the airport building. We have it at the new library. This facility is going to last us hopefully for another 80 years, just like the current one does. We felt like it needed to have that. And so even though we have a guaranteed maximum price on the construction of the entire water treatment facility, this is above and beyond what was originally designed. So there's a change order request. of $70,000. And so that it will be discussed Tuesday. Again, I believe it's worth it. I still question the price tag a little bit, but I'm not an engineer. I'm not a construction guy. I'm not an architect.
Me either to any of the above.
Right. So it's like, okay, I have to trust staff, but it's fair to ask the question.
Sure,
right?
Of course. I think people appreciate that too.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
asking the question, and doesn't mean that you disagree. It just means you have, need a little bit more information on it.
Absolutely.
And that's our job.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, something else that they will be talking about is the WERAP program, which is the emergency assistance program to help with rental fees. So I think Sally Stang, our director of housing, has done an incredible job allocating all of our funds. And I believe she's been allocating about $2 million a month. And so the state has not used all of their funds. So they are transferring some money to Wichita so that we're able to continue to help some of our constituents and the rest of the city.
No, which is great. As you mentioned, Sally and her staff and housing department have been fantastic on this and figuring out how to best utilize the money, and we can help the state with some of their funds to help our constituents. Fantastic.
Yep.
And again, speaking about helping people, we've got another item. Wichita Intervention Facility is a program that our municipal court uses for first-time DUI offenders as an alternative to going to jail. They can go to a hotel for 48 hours where they're on lockdown. And so they serve their time in that facility rather than taking space at the county jail. And so we've had this program for several years. We have to put it out for RFP every so often. This is a new contract for one of the companies that responded. So,
awesome. I love that they have that alternative as to spending 48 hours in jail.
It really does take the pressure off Sedgwick County Jail, right? And so it's a great program. Municipal court uses it. Now you have to, certain things that you have to meet criteria-wise to be able to qualify for it, but having this option certainly helps in the long run. So this would be a contract to approve this facility for the next, I think it's a 2-year contract. I'd have to look at it again. That's why we have the weekend to go in depth on our agenda reports.
Yes, and we have a big stack of papers to go through before this next meeting.
Compared to last week, where we had no new business items.
Exactly.
Now we've got
all kinds of stuff.
Items.
Yes. And we also still have the CARES Act funding from United Way. We're looking to help assist United Way with getting vaccinations to some of our homeless population.
Yeah, the idea is to give them an extra incentive, right? And in a way that can really help them.
Right. So I think the incentive will be some type of gift card that we're still learning about. We still have some reading to do about it, but there will be a little incentive for them to get vaccinated. So.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, again, as we continue to see vaccination rates increase and the desire to get over this as soon as possible, the homeless folks that might need that extra incentive and in a way that can help them with basic needs, food and hygiene stuff, that's great. So
yeah, absolutely.
And then the other thing, we do this annually, is our community services block grant application with the Health and Human Services Department. We get about $1 million a year for this, and we just have to say how we're going to spend it in broad sense. Then we go back throughout the year and approve the specifics. But this is just normal business for us every time about this year. And so that's a lot compared to last week already.
Oh, yes, for sure. Let's see. Is there anything else coming up? Oh, Monday is the park board meeting. So I would encourage anybody to either attend if you can, which it's at 3 o'clock in the council chambers, or I believe you will be able to follow online. And they are going to be talking about some hot button issues like privatizing the management side of public golf. And I think there's a couple other things, but I think that'll be the main topic of the day. So
I expect it. I plan on watching and listening in as well.
Yes.
It's not coming to council yet. This is for the park board, but it's the next opportunity for public engagement. And I think they've been doing a really good job of informing people. They've done a lot of Facebook Lives. They've done a lot of social media stuff to keep it going. But again, as we gear up for the golf season, hopefully it's just right around the corner, this is a topic that's on a lot of people's minds.
Yes.
So,
yep.
good suggestion.
Yeah. Anything else that you can think of?
Wow. I'm just ready for spring.
Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah. I appreciate the sunshine the last couple days.
Today I taped a city spotlight with our public works staff talking about how we clear snow and the process and what the staff effort is.
It's a lot.
It
it's
is,
not just moving it out of the way.
I hope I didn't jinx us and just created a few more blizzards.
Fault.
Yeah, thank you. So, send your emails to me.
Yes. Well, thanks for joining us. Be sure to subscribe and follow on Apple, Spotify, or however you listen to your podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
See, that was
you
easy.
too. Yep. Be ready for next time.
Yep. Thank you, Wichita.
Thank
Have
you.
a great week.